Okay, so this is a speech about me. Okay, my name's Emily Maurer. I'm 18 years old. I just turned 18 in May. I just graduated high school. I went to West High. I'm from Sioux City. I've only lived in Sioux City, lived in the same house my whole life. My mom teaches first grade. My dad owns a sign company, and he runs out of our house. My plans this fall, I'm going to Iowa State to major in elementary education. And when I was first thinking about college, I was excited, and then you get to the bad part where it's how much money it costs to go to college. Even in-state universities are $18,000 a year. So I applied for a bunch of scholarships, and I didn't want to at all. I was not motivated, and I was being lazy, and I didn't want to. My mom hounded me and hounded me and hounded me to get them, so I did, and I got a lot of nice ones, and quite a bit. I got about $7,000 to cover my first year of tuition. Then after I received all that, after I graduated, I got this letter in the mail from Iowa State saying that I got this scholarship for a full 4-year tuition covered scholarship for Iowa State. So I was so excited. First I was in shock, and then I just jumped around and I was giggling. I felt like I won the lottery. So to start where I got to where I am now with all that college business, I'm going to talk about the scholarship itself. It's called the MVP Scholarship Award from Iowa State University, and it stands for Multicultural Visions Program. And it's given to 100 students across the state of Iowa going to a state school of multicultural background. And I know you probably are all looking at me and my light brown hair, and I have green eyes. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about where my multicultural part comes into my life. My mom was born in Seoul, South Korea. She was born to a Korean mom, and her dad was an American soldier. She was put up for adoption when she was born by her mother, and we don't know if her dad even knew she was born or not, but she probably wouldn't have had a great life in Korea just because of the fact she was a woman, she was half white, and she looks really Western. She doesn't have the very prominent Korean features. So she lived in an orphanage for about 2 years, and then one day she got on a plane, and the plane was coming to the United States, and she flew into Chicago where my grandparents were waiting for her, and my grandfather was actually a veteran of the Korean War, so they were really happy to have her. So she grew up in Nebraska. She met my dad there. He's just the whitest guy with blue eyes, and he's just. And so they graduated high school together, and just kept dating, and then eventually got married, and then they moved to Sioux City where they had jobs and stuff, and so they worked for a while. And then they had their first kid, which was my sister Taylor, who's 2 years older than me, and then 1 year and 360 days later, I was born. And I think back on my childhood, and I just think about all the memories I have, and I always try to think about the first memory I could ever recall, and I always think that's interesting. If you really think about it, what's the first thing in your life that you can remember, the farthest going back? And for me, I can remember laying in my crib in my room, which is now an office area, and I remember looking at the ceiling and just watching this the ceiling fan spin around and around, and I just always think about how far I can go back in my life. I went to elementary school 2 blocks from my house, and I walked there every day, and then I went to West Middle School after that for 3 years. Those are everyone's awkward years, or junior high. You don't know who you are, and you think you do, and you're just trying to fit in, but you're just awkward, and it's just horrible. But it was a good 3 years. So after that, I went to high school, and I was in band, in my school band in 5th grade and in middle school, and then when I got to high school, I was really debating on whether or not I would do band. And I had heard really horror stories about the marching band, really hot rehearsals, 6 a.m. practices, the teacher was scary, like, it's really easy to make me cry, so that was a big thing for me. But I didn't let those people who told me all that things get to me, and I just thought, okay, I'll do it. And so I did it, and it was one of the first things in my life I've ever done that my sister hadn't done before me. So I wanted to do something that would be mine. So high school started, and we just started marching band, and it was good. I was really shy as a freshman, and walking around the high school, everyone was tall and scary, and I'm not that big, and I just felt, I was very to myself. So I made it through my freshman year. It was a typical freshman year, awkward. I had glasses and braces, the whole thing, and then I remember when marching band first started, I played the clarinet, and all the clarinets had to audition for their placement if they would be playing the first part, the second part, or the third part. And I remember all the seniors were trying to scare me so much. They kind of implied that because I was a freshman, I'd be the last part. So we all went in and auditioned, and then we came out and I saw the results, and I had the first part, and they were all like, they didn't say a word. I think they were kind of mad at me, but I did it, and I was really scared, but I played it and I did well. So I got through my freshman year, and there's a band banquet at the end of the year, and one award they give out is voted on by all the other students, and it's for, they give it to one student in each class, and it's the outstanding freshman of the year and so on. And to my surprise, I got that award, and I was really happy that I just came out of my shell and was able to make other people notice me that way. So summer went by, and I went to band camp again and got horrible tan lines, and it was amazing, and all my friends were there. And then sophomore year went by again, and I improved a lot as a player, I feel. And then the banquet came around again, and to my shock again, I got the sophomore band award. So at the end of sophomore year, my band director pulled me into his office and told me that I was going to be drum major, which is the person who conducts the marching band, for the next year when I was a junior, and I was just so happy. And so I was drum major, and this is my junior year drum major, the first time I was with my other co-drum major, and we did really well, and I was happy, and then the end of the year came around again, and I got the junior award, and everyone was like, oh, okay, that's weird. And it wasn't rigged, I don't know. So then senior year came around, and this is my senior year drum major. I was with 2 other girls, and it was the first time in the whole history of West High Marching Band that we beat North High and East High, so that was probably the highlight of the whole year. It was amazing. The banquet came around again, and I got the Outstanding Senior Award. So I had it for all 4 years, and for a while, like, I felt guilty kind of because I didn't want people to think I was I don't know. But I'm really happy that I was in band, and I think it was probably the best decision I ever made in high school. Because I can always remember being little, and I always wanted that one thing that I was good at, like the one talent that you can do better and good and no one else can do it, or not everyone can do it, like a talent. And so I feel that band and music was that for me. So here I am now. My senior year just ended, and going to Iowa State, and that's me. Thank you.